What's good, y'all? Juju back with another video for you. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. You feel me? Help this channel grow so we can reach the people it needs to. If you have any video suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Or if you have anything you want to hit me up about, personal questions, etc., all that bullshit, add my socials in the description. You feel me? I'll leave them all there. Add me on my IG especially, though, because that's where I be on the most. So the video I want to talk to y'all today about is veganism, right? The reason I went vegan and why, if you really want to get serious about this spiritual journey, I suggest that you go vegan. So this topic came up to me because, as you may know, we are in the Thanksgiving season, right? And a lot of us are conditioned to eat a lot of meat, dairy products like turkey and all that bullshit. So, what I want to stress today is the importance of veganism when it comes to spirituality, and just to give you a little bit of motivation, you feel me, to continue on your vegan path, right? So, first thing I want to explain to you about veganism, right? The reason I went vegan and the reason why most people went vegan. When I went vegan, it was mainly because when I was eating meat, right, I realized that when I would eat it, my vibration would lower like shit. Because along my spiritual journey early, I would be eating meat. I would still eat the regular shit that I used to eat. And I would be outside, right, after a good ass meditation. You feel me? I'm in a high ass vibration. And then I would eat and I would realize that right when I ate, my vibration would lower. If you eat meat and you're on a spiritual journey, you may notice this too. So I started to do research, right? And I understood that when you eat something, we are what we eat, literally, right? Every 35 days, our body makes new cells out of the foods we eat. So when people say you are what you eat, that's what they mean. You literally are what you eat. So what you eat holds information. It holds energy. It holds vibration. So when you're eating meat, right, you are taking on the vibration of that meat that you may eat or that dairy product that you may eat. And what I realize is that energy is never destroyed. So when that animal is in that butcher house and it's watching all its family members get killed, everybody who they loved, right? They are watching all of them get killed. So that fear energy that they may be feeling, that distress energy that they're knowing that they're about to get killed. Because realize this, animals are conscious and spiritual beings. All animals have a spirit within them. So they have a breath of life. If you read the Bible, right, when God said don't intake anything with the breath of life, that's what it means. The breath of life is spirit. The breath of life is that energy that wants to be alive, right? So when somebody kills an animal, that animal is holding that fear energy within its cells, that fear energy, that stress. And when we eat that, our dumbasses decide, you know what? I want to eat that shit. And when we eat it, that energy is transferred to us. So it lowers our vibration. That's why so many people today are in a vibration of low stress, fear. It's because of the foods we eat. So when I was researching this and I realized that fact, right? I understand that every single thing that we eat, every single thing that we intake must have a vibration that matches ours, must have life energy. So I realized that if I want to feel alive, I got to eat something that's alive. You feel me? I got to eat plants. I got to eat fruits with those live enzymes. I can't eat something that's dead because realize this is what you're doing when you're eating meat. You are trying to make something dead transfer into your life, and you're trying to make something that's dead make you alive. You feel me? If you're trying to be alive, why are you eating something that's dead? That shit makes no sense, right? So that is why your vibration lowers when you eat so much meat, because you are using your own energy to transfer that dead energy into something that makes you alive. So if you want to start getting your vibration higher, I realize that I have to start eating them veg. I have to start eating some kale, nigga. I have to start eating some watercress. I have to stop eating them chicken wings from Popeyes and shit. And I gotta eat some apples. You feel me? So when I started to do this, certain downloads became available to me that weren't available to me when I was eating meat. You feel me? Because realize that all food holds information. Water holds information, plants hold information, animals hold information, everything that you eat and intake in your body holds information. So if you're eating something that's alive on a high vibration that came from this earth, you are intaking all the information that that plant had. Because realize that there is something called the Akashic Records, right? The Akashic Records are basically the Earth's memory of all the events that happen. We all have access to this. When you really get high in your spiritual path, that you have something that gives you downloads. You feel me? So when you are getting downloads, that is you tapping into the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is something that all planets hold. That once you reach a higher vibration, you start to be able to get information from directly from the earth, right? And when you realize that when you eat plants, plants are connected directly to the earth. So you are intaking all that information that the plant has, and it is getting stored into your cells and your DNA. So that is when you start to tap in to all these high vibrational downloads. That is when you really, really get your spiritual shit up, right? And realize this: everything on this earth just has one goal, right? To live in harmony. The reason, that's the reason why it's called a universe. You feel me? Uni meaning one, verse meaning in a song. You feel me? We all have one peaceful harmony that we want to live on. That is why when you live in harmony, when you're in peace, that is when you really connect, because that's what the universe means. You feel me? Universe, it means one song. We all have one song that we want to live by, and that's peace and harmony. So when you are taking something out of that peace by killing it and slaughtering it, you are living out of flow. You are not living in your righteous way. You feel me? So that is one of the main reasons I went vegan. That's something I realized, because if I really wanted to live in harmony, if you really want to live in peace, not saying you can't if you eat meat, because I realize that some people are subjected to just having to eat what they eat. You have to understand that yes, the food that you eat is powerful, right? This is something I'll say. Yes, the food you eat is powerful, but you can't allow something external of you to determine your vibration. So if you see people eating meat but still spiritual as fuck, that is why. Because they have mastered the ability to, they're an alchemist, you feel me? They're able to intake something and transform it into something positive. And you have the ability to do this. But I'm going to just say this. If you really just want to get that instant raise in vibration, if you really want to start just tapping into spirituality easily, eating meat will hold you from doing that. So start eating a more vegan based lifestyle, you feel me? So also understand this, right? When you switch your diet, when you switch into a plant-based lifestyle, realize that once you start to study foods, right, there's something called alkalinization, right? What alkalinization is, this is mainly taught by Dr. Sebi, right? So if you really want to start to understand this, look up Dr. Sebi and some of his videos, all that shit. That is how you really get put on game. But basically, this is what it is. Our human bodies in its most natural, healthiest homeostasis state is at a 7 pH, around there. And foods that you eat are all at a certain pH level. So foods like watercress, sea moss, all that stuff, that is very high pH, which means it's alkaline. So the more alkaline foods you eat, that means your body is going to be more in a flow state. It's going to be able to act properly. It's able to kill all the mucous membrane and all that shit. It's able to really kill all the mucus, and you are in a healthier state. So the more alkaline you eat, when you eat foods like watercress, leafy greens, kale, all that shit, that is when you're in a more alkaline state. So what that means is the electromagnetic pulses in your body are going to be able to flow more smoothly. So that is when you raise your vibration, because all vibration is how high your body is vibrating, right? So if your body is vibrating at a higher level, that means your vibration is going to be higher. You're going to be functioning at a higher state. But the thing when you eat meat is this, right? Meat is very acidic. So what happens when we take in acid in our body? It allows for mucous membrane. It makes the mucous membrane inflame, right? And when you really start to understand disease, which is just dis-ease, dis-ease comes when your body is not at a natural state. So if you are eating a highly acidic diet, and meat and dairy products are very, very highly acidic, right? So when you're eating highly acidic foods, you are not your body isn't able to react the way it should be. That is when disease comes. That is when you start to feel all these sick symptoms. That is why so many people in today's society are sick and they just don't know it. It's because the meats that they eat, the dairy products that they eat are highly acidic and unnatural. If we just were to eat naturally, if we were to take in alkaline water, if we were to eat foods that are high in pH level, a lot of the diseases that we see today, we wouldn't even have to deal with. And when you realize this, that is why I went vegan, right? That's one of the main reasons I went vegan as well. Because I realized that all these sicknesses that I was dealing with, all these headaches, all these stuffy noses and shit, all that is caused by just your mucous membrane being inflamed. And when I went into an alkaline diet, my body was able to kill all that mucus. It was able to act in a more electromagnetic way, and I was able to think clearer. I was able to think in a higher vibration. That is why. Because I ate a more alkaline diet. That is the importance of alkaline water. That's why people drink that shit, you feel me? To keep their body in the alkaline state. So realize that when you eat plants, you are now able to tap into certain information. You're able to act more naturally. Because when you think about it, right, all a human being is a plant. You feel me? We grow. We grow like a plant. We take in food. We take in information from higher sources. You feel me? We are a plant. We have roots. We have stems. This body is our stem, and the fruit that we bear is basically our spiritual connection. You feel me? When you tap into that pineal gland, that is when our fruits start to bear. That is when we are able to really reap the benefits of all this work that we've had to build up from the root up. You feel me? Start to realize that we take in sunlight. We need water. We are plants. We are walking plants. And what we have to do is we have to feed our bodies. We have to feed our minds in natural shit. You feel me? We can't be living out of order. That is why we see so much destruction and stress in this world. Because think about it. We kill 71 billion animals a year, right? So I don't understand how we expect to have peace, yet we are committing mass genocide on animals that wanted to be here, that have a spirit like us. When you realize that we are all one being, we are just one consciousness, you realize that you are eating something that was put here to strive to live, you feel me? And when you do that, you fucking up your vibration, you feel me? You are living out of order, and let me get my thoughts right. I went off on a little tangent, you feel me? Anyways, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to wrap the video up with. When you go vegan, and the reason why I suggest if you really just want to get high spiritually to go vegan, right? The reason I say this is because, one, your vibration will get higher naturally. Because you are now, rather than having to use your own energy, using your live enzymes to create something out of nothing. You feel me? Now you're gaining life, because when you realize that plants are alive, you are taking in life energy, right? So you are raising your vibration. You are alkalinizing your body. If you start to eat on a more alkaline diet, when you alkalinize your body, that is when you get rid of all these diseases that people suggest all these medicines and prescriptions for. When you realize that there are herbs on this earth that were put here for your healing. Realize that Mother Nature is the smartest being in the entire planet. Mother Nature is so smart that she put everything on this earth that we need in order to heal. We don't need no man-made prescriptions and shit. All that's bullshit. Realize that there are herbs. The herbs are for the healing of the nations, you feel me? And that is That's what you tap into when you go vegan. You're gonna start to notice how all your sick symptoms, if you've suffered from headaches, if you have asthma, if you have all this shit, when you switch your diet, you're gonna notice all these symptoms to go away because now you are living naturally. You're not in dis-ease. You are flowing naturally, and that is when you start to heal your body. So that's the second reason why I went vegan, and why I suggest if you want to get healthier and a higher spiritual life, I suggest you go vegan. And lastly, when you go vegan, right? That is when you really start to get downloads. That is how you really start to, you know what I'm saying? You just start to understand why certain shit happens when you go vegan, right? Because when you go vegan, you're gonna naturally feel more happy and lifted. You're gonna feel lighter. You're not gonna feel heavy as fuck after you eat. And you're gonna be able to be more productive, you feel me? You're gonna have so much more energy. And now you're gonna realize why so many people are in this bot mentality, why they just wake up, do the same shit every day that they don't like, because they just don't have enough energy within them because of the foods they eat, because of what they drink, how low their body is. They have to deal with eating unhealthy. Their body's gonna be sick, and they're getting weighed down by the food. So they just don't have enough energy and mental clarity to think properly. And when you go vegan, you're gonna get rid of all that. You're gonna be able to think properly. You're gonna be able to do the shit you actually want to do because now you're not getting weighed down. You feel me? So that's really all I got for y'all today, man. Stay strong during these Thanksgiving times, because boy, I know that shit be good as fuck sometimes. It's a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I had to, along my spiritual journey, right? Sometimes even on my veganism, I had to track back. I personally tried meat maybe like 3 months ago, right? Just because I wanted to see how it made me feel. And everybody's journey is different, you feel me? So if you have to take step by step to go vegan, if you just have to start cutting out one by one, you don't just have to fully switch on to being vegan, is what I'm saying. So take your time with it. Everybody's journey is different. So take your time with it. Do how your spirit tells you to do it. You feel me? And yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all. GVO Juju signing out. Have a good Thanksgiving, man. Stay high vibrational. I love y'all. I'm out.